Have you ever wasted lots of your time looking for a crucial document that you can't find, that you don't know where you filed it, or it's just you've just got a big pile of documents on your desk that aren't filed, and you have no sort of system to speak of? Does that sound familiar? Well, if it does, welcome to day 1 of my 12 must-have tips for business bliss. And today we're talking about paper filing. And we're talking about paper filing today in particular because I don't know about you, but during the self-assessment time of year, you might go, oh, where have I put that bit of paper? And you can't find the receipt of something, or there's something you really can't find and it does your head in. So today we're going to start with the topic of paper filing and how to make it a bit easier for yourself if you have lots of pieces of paper to file. And I know in my business as a virtual assistant, most of my business is online. I actually have very few bits of paper, very few items that would come through the post even for me, but I know that's not the same for everybody. And in our house, my partner, he hates filing. It would be the lowest on his list of things ever to do, and he has the most filing. So every now and again I take pity on him and I file it away. But we have a bit of a system now to make it easier, and I'm just going to show you what that is in case it'll help you too. So sort of pre-filing, when you get your different bits of post in, it's useful to have some kind of tray system like this that you can write over. You can put your own labels on and, for example, have bank statements, legal documents, personal items, whatever it happens to be, that you have the labels on, and when something comes in the post, you simply put it in to the file. So at least, even if it's not in a lever arch file or any kind of hardback file, that there is a system, a sort of pre-system in place. And then what we do is we have these clear poly pockets. If I can just hold one up here. Well, they're quite hard to see actually because they are clear. I'll set them down on this. They're different colour. They're pastel coloured. They're just little pockets like this, poly sort of pocket things with a button, and then you can put the label. And we have a filing cabinet, so that's the way we put the things like that. And you can create whatever system work you, but probably the most logical is to file things by financial year, if it's route to the business, and that you put sort of, April to April, and that you put the most recent documents on top. So you're always putting the most recent documents on top, and it's easier to find things. Another top tip I would say, if you, that the best way really to have less paper to file is to have less paper. So if you can switch to online statements for your bank, HMRC, things like that, you can do that. If you find it much easier to actually read a statement via paper, well, continue getting them that way via your bank, or switch to online, and if you need to print something out, you can print it out and have it as well. And of course, I suppose the ideal system, the ideal is that even if you do get bits of paper in and you have, is to scan them, I would say is to scan them, and then you have everything in one place and not a system where you have some bits of paper in a file and other things are scanned. I think it's actually really easier to have everything online if you can and if that works for you. And the other top tip I would say is please check with your accountant how long you need to keep any important documents for before you decide to bin them. And if you have lots and lots of bit of paper and it's really doing your head in, there are professional companies out there. I know in Northern Ireland we have Shredbank and Shredit, who will collect, if you have a lot of paper to shred, they will collect the paper and shred it for you confidentially, so you don't have to worry about it ending up, somewhere it shouldn't. So those are my top tips for helping you to organise your bits of paper and to be more organised in 2024. And tomorrow we'll be talking about online, how to structure your documentation and your sort of processes online to make it a bit happier. So this is day 1 of my top 12 tips for admin bliss in 2024. And if you have any questions, obviously don't hesitate. You can private message me or pop me an email at alison@virtually.uk. Thank you. See you tomorrow.